The classic 40-yard dash start is something that we have fiddled with for years here at the Parisi Speed School. We've used close stances, wide stances, we've tried everything in the book, and we've used video analysis extensively to find what works best. Before we show you our secret technique on what is the best way to run the 40, we're going to show you some improper techniques that people are using right now and why they don't work. One of the most common techniques that athletes use, or that I see athletes use that don't know much about the 40-yard dash, is they start entirely too far behind the line, which sets their muscles up not to be quick at a start. So Joe right now, what he's going to do is he's going to set up the feet a few feet behind the line and the other foot way back with the hand down on the line and the arm up. Right here, what's easy to see is if I look at Joe's hips and his back foot, he's literally almost a yard or two away from the starting line. So now instead of running a 40-yard dash, he's going to be running a 42-yard dash, which is something we don't want. This arm position right here too is what we call the flag. Right there, this is a flag saying, hey coach, as soon as you see that hand move, start the watch, which is what we don't want to see as well. And if I put a marble on Joe's back, which is our signature cue, if I put a marble on his back, that marble would roll straight off his back, which tells me his back and waist are in too much hip flexion, which is going to fire him up straight instead of out when he starts. That's the first one. The second improper stance, which is something I'm seeing coached a lot all over the place too, is something that people call the bunch start. And we've found that this is another start that is going to hurt times and put you in an improper technique for your first step and your first 10. The bunch start, what Joe's going to do is now he crowds the line thinking, hey, now the closer I can get to the line, now the shorter distance I'm going to run. His head is slightly in front of the line, but now he's so bunched up that his legs, the shin angle is improper. He's not going to be able to deliver any force to jump out, and again, that flexion at the hips is going to jackknife him straight up instead of out where we want to go, and again, the arm is in the wrong position. So this technique, difficult for people to use, athletes aren't strong enough to really use this technique, and it sets you up for the wrong positions when you start. Now what we're going to do is go over the technique that we've found that works best and why it works best. What Joe's going to do now, we've found about a 4 to 6 inch distance of the front foot that you use behind the starting line. After that, we move the feet about 5 or 6 inches apart and the toe even with the heel on the back foot. What Joe is going to do then is using a solid arm, straight arm and solid hand grip, he's going to place his weight onto that front hand, still keeping weight on his feet. The shin angle is a good forward shin angle on the back leg and the front leg, and that arm is bent and locked at a 90-degree position ready to fire. The low back is arched and the chest is kept open so that if I put the marble on his back, now the marble stays in place. Because in this position, now Joe is ready to use his legs, his glutes, his quads powerfully to fire straight out on the angle that his back is at and that his legs are at. And we've still got that distance in front of the line. And Joe can stand up. This is the technique that we want to use. This is the technique that's helped us produce the fastest guys at the NFL Combine every year.